Iranians. At least 10 people are dead in Colombia landslide, and the US President Donald Trump insists that Iran's nuclear program has been set back decades by recent military strikes, but an intelligence report says that may not be the case. And the West Indies and Australia begin their test series in Barbados today. Details of the morning news right after this.
Need one trusted place to stock up for your home, shop, or business? Fine Foods Inc. Distribution has got you covered. From dry goods and frozen foods to your favorite drinks, alcoholic and non-alcoholic, plus all the household must-have. We've got it all under one roof. We're right here in Jimmy Dominica. And yes, we deliver fast. Whether you're running a supermarket, a corner shop, a bar, or just like your pantry full and happy, Fine Foods Inc. brings you the best brands you know and love. Great prices, top-tier service, trusted products. Call us at 255-6810 or 316-0164 or drop by our Jimmy location to check out what's in store. Fine Foods Inc.
Fine Foods Inc. The biggest distributor for the biggest brands.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
DBS News.
Welcome back to the DBS Major Morning News. My name is Curtis Matthew. The news this morning is brought to listeners through the kind compliments of Fine Foods Inc., HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited, and Petro Caribe. Here we go with our lead story. Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit is recommending the introduction of an act of parliament to recognize the contribution of former parliamentarians. He says his government has taken a decision to reward former prime ministers monthly, but parliament needs to go further.
In respect to former prime ministers, as you know, there's a policy decision on the part of the government. So it's not an act of parliament, it's a policy decision that the government took, cabinet, that we provide former prime ministers with $7,000 a month. We provide them with a vehicle, we provide them with a driver, we provide them with a helper at the house. But I believe this thing needs to be ratified, in my view, by an act of parliament, because we do have an act specifying the terms and conditions of the president, and I believe that even if parliament speaks to pensions for parliamentarians, but when you look at the maths, I also believe that we need to look at this as this act. There are parliamentarians who came to this parliament and served one term. You know, they did not find favor with the electorates next time around. Or they may have come the route of being a senator, but serve as a minister. If that person serves one term, that person is not entitled to a gratuity or a pension from parliament. In our system, it is not like in the United States. When you leave the job of president, then that's when you're making money. And so we have to look at this thing in a very transparent way. And I'm raising this because I think that we're not giving enough recognition to the contribution made by parliamentarians.
And that's Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit. Other news this morning, the Parliament of Dominica has approved a motion for an increase in a bank guarantee to facilitate an air service agreement between Discover Dominica Authority and United Airlines. The bank guarantee of $7.3 million will now increase to $12.2 million, which will be obtained from the National Bank of Dominica. The bank guarantee will enable United Airlines to make an additional flight into Dominica on Wednesdays.
The new Wednesday flight is proposed for October 19, 2025 to April 26, 2026, and October 17, 2026 to April 24, 2025 as follows. Departing Newark, 9 a.m. and arriving Dominica at 1:39 p.m. Departing Dominica at 2:45 p.m. and arriving Newark at 7:51 p.m. Aircraft and capacity, that is the Boeing 737, a capacity between 126 to 179 passengers. Government welcomes the addition of the Wednesday flights. It will increase the number of direct flights from North America, which is the preferred option for visitors. In addition, it will allow more flexibility for visitors who would prefer shorter vacations. For example, flying on a Saturday and return on Wednesday, or Wednesday and return on Saturday. We therefore anticipate increased stay-over visitor arrivals, resulting in increased economic activity and the yielding of some returns on the recent investments at Douglas Charles Airport, that is the extension and grooving of the runway.
And that's the Minister responsible for Finance, Dr. Irving McIntyre. Meanwhile, Minister of State in the Ministry of Public Works, Public Utilities and Digital Economy, Shakira Lockhart-Hippolyte says the increased flight from United Airlines signifies a great day for air travel into Dominica.
The Saturday service has performed exceptionally well since its inception, with average seat occupancy of 77% and peak loads reaching 96%. United Airlines, encouraged by this performance, has welcomed the addition and proposed a simple amendment to the existing agreement. They have also agreed to reduce the guaranteed amount per flight, a sign of their confidence in the continued viability and growth of the route. This midweek flight is timely. The cessation of Silver Airlines service from San Juan, resulting in the loss of 288 seats per week. This new United flight not only helps to recover the capacity, but also enhances access from New York, home to a large diaspora and a fast-growing market of eco-conscious travelers.
And that's the Minister of State in the Ministry of Public Works, Public Utilities and Digital Economy, Shakira Lockhart-Hippolyte. Parliament has been adjourned. Sine die. Chief Education Officer in Dominica, Dr. Jeffrey Blaise, says the current structure of the Grade 6 National Assessment has far outlived its purpose. His remarks came during the official release of the 2025 Grade 6 National Assessment.
Notwithstanding the gains that we have made in national assessment over the past years, particularly with respect to Grade 6 National Assessment, we'll well agree that the examination, that is the Grade 6 National Examination, in its current structure has far outlived its purpose, that is the purpose for which it was intended. The degree of anxiety which is placed on students at a tender age, and even on their parents and the teachers, should not be an outcome of any education system. Consequently, in keeping with objectives of education reform, I'm sure that moving forward, there will be a different format and obviously a different purpose for some of our examinations. We want to assure the general public that we will continue listening to our stakeholders. We had a series of engagements with our stakeholders, primarily our principals at our primary schools and our senior teachers, as well as our PTA representatives. And from the meetings, we got really, really good feedback, and we're looking forward to engaging the remainder of our stakeholders.
And that's the Chief Education Officer, Dr. Jeffrey Blaise. Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit says there is no need for panic over speculation that the U.S. immigration crackdown may affect travel to the U.S. Mr. Skerrit says government has been monitoring recent developments in the U.S. and is in touch with U.S. officials.
In respect to the news of the U.S. visa ban, I want to say to us in Dominica that there is really no need or cause for panic. Though we have not received any official communication on this matter, we have been proactive in engaging the U.S. at different levels to ascertain the facts and the actions which may be necessary. I assure the people of Dominica that we take the matter seriously, and the government is addressing this through appropriate diplomatic channels. To Dominicans who are in possession of a U.S. visa and have legitimate reasons to travel to the United States can do so, whether on business, study, or vacation. We are committed to protecting our national interests, the integrity of our international partnerships, and most importantly, the rights and freedoms of the Dominican people. We are prepared to address the concerns raised by our international partners through appropriate diplomatic and cooperative means. The government will keep the public informed as more information becomes available. We remain confident in our institutions, in the strength of our international relations, and in our collective ability to resolve any issues that may arise.
And that's Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit. Mr. Skerrit says, however, Dominicans who reside in the U.S. illegally need to take some action.
There's a correspondence to the Ministry of National Security that was sent by the U.S. and they have asked us to share that information with our citizens in respect to travel to the United States. If you travel to the United States and they give you 6 months, do not let 6 months on the day take you to the United States. You can leave before the 6 months over, but do not overstay on your visa. And they're also saying to us to inform our citizens who are in the United States that if you are in the United States and you are not legal, that is to say that you have gone beyond your stay or you got to the United States through non-legal means, then you should avail yourself to the authorities and they will facilitate your repatriation to Dominica and so forth. They'll pay away, they'll give you some money to come home, whatever it is. So that's one of the issues that they're raising. Of course, that's something that I don't have much control over. I think it's a matter for us to understand those who are involved in that they need to deal with this matter. But what I want to say to us in Dominica, that on this issue there is no need to be anxious. Reading some social media and all these things and so on, and the sensation that's going to be, and all of this speculation. I'm not involved in speculation. Something is seen or read, we ask the question directly to people who may have the information. And that's why we engage in the United States. And I have assigned a lot of my time on this issue, and I am personally, as Prime Minister, leading the government's response on this matter.
And that's Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit. The Cassibrus Family and Friends Reunion Committee is stepping up preparation ahead of the event with a bus stop on Friday. Chairman of the Cassibrus Family and Friends Reunion Committee, Jefferson Drago, says the bus stop will be used to encourage the communities to participate in the reunion set for July 10 to the 15th.
Plans for the Cassibrus Family and Friends Reunion 2025 are progressing smoothly and things are falling in place nicely. And as part of the plans leading up to the reunion, the local committee has planned a bar hopping or a bus stop for Friday, 27th June 2025. It will take the form of a motorcade from Cassibrus to Petit Soufriere. And as we go along our route, we will sensitize and encourage people to participate in the reunion, to encourage people to come on board, come and assist, and also to encourage people to prepare themselves to participate, to make some money in the form of having their bars, having their vegetables for sale and so on. So we encourage people with vehicles to attend. We'll begin at the Sikwi Park Junction from 5:30 p.m. and we will move on to the village of Cassibrus.
And that's the chairman of the Cassibrus Family and Friend Reunion Committee, Jefferson Drago, will bring you more details of the Cassibrus Family and Friend Reunion. We'll bring that to you in another newscast. A landslide triggered by heavy rains killed at least 10 people and injured 8 others this week near the Colombian city of Medellin. Locals were warned to evacuate the area in the municipality of Belo, where the number of vulnerable homes could be seen. At least 15 people were still missing after the tragedy, which was caused by flooding in a ravine. Images shared by local media showed houses buried under the earth on a mountain bordering Colombia's second biggest city. Finally, this morning, the U.S. President Donald Trump insists that Iran's nuclear program has been set back decades by recent military strikes, despite an intelligence report casting doubt about the success of the U.S. strikes. The leaked assessment from the Pentagon Defense Intelligence Agency estimates the attacks at the weekend set Iran's nuclear program back only a few months. But speaking at a NATO summit in Holland last night, Trump said the strikes caused total destruction of Iran's nuclear sites. Meanwhile, the ceasefire between Israel and Iran, brokered by Donald Trump, seems to be holding very well. Well, that's all. We'll end the DBS Major Morning News. Don't go away. The Sports Report comes up shortly.
Are you tired of having the same boring breakfast every morning? Well, Monflake Oats is the healthy and perfect solution just for you. Make your breakfast exciting by adding Monflakes to your pancakes, parfait, or even milkshake. Monflake can be found in different sizes and available in granola, such as Caribbean or Hawaiian. Stop worrying about what to prepare for your breakfast, dessert, snack, or even dinner. Monflake is the best addition to your meal. Grab yourself a bag today.
Locally distributed by Fine Foods Inc. and available island-wide.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Just Mobank me. Here's my ID.
Just Mobank me. It's that easy.
The faster, easier way to bank. NBD makes it easy to bank online, anywhere, at any time with Mobanking. The faster, easier way to bank.
The faster, easier way.
So transfer funds on Mobanking.
The faster, easier way.
To pay your bills with Mobanking.
The faster, easier way.
So order checks on Mobanking.
The faster, faster, easier
Pay employees
way.
on MoBanking.
The faster, easier way to bank.
Plus, you can now top up your phone on MoBanking. No need for cash or card. Simply log into MoBanking to top up your phone. Visit nbdominica.com or follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more details.
The faster, easier way to bank.
NBD.
Your partner, your bank.
Covering the nation and beyond. DBS Sports Report.
Let's begin the DBS Morning Sports Report with cricket news. A new era for West Indies cricket begins this morning with Ruston Chase set to take up the responsibilities of West Indies Test captain as the Windies head into battle for the first test against Australia. That match gets underway at Kensington Oval in Barbados. The new West Indies captain says he's looking forward to the challenges of leading the side. Chase says it has always been a dream to lead the West Indies cricket team.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity. I mean, I'm privileged and honored to have this great job. I mean, all these greats before me came and did the job, so it's heartwarming for me. It's a proud moment. I mean, when I first got the news and then I saw the Honorable PM, she had a big write-up on me on the social media. My mom was more elated than me to even see it. So it was a proud moment for me. I mean, I'm looking forward to the challenge. I know it's going to be a tough job, but I'm looking forward to the challenge. Yeah, well, I learned mostly to believe in yourself. I mean, as you said, I've had some ups and downs, but it's not about how you fall and stuff like that. It's about how you rise back up, like the PM said. I don't like to frown on it too much. I like to just look at the positives, take that positive outlook on things, even though I might have a bit of failure, because, as I said, it's about how you rise from adversity and stuff like that. I mean, and cricket is something I love. I always want to play, so despite whatever may happen, I always want to continue and just try to rise from it and be the best that I can be.
And that's the new West Indies Test captain, Ruston Chase. The first Test match gets underway at 10 o'clock this morning at Kensington Oval in Barbados. Meanwhile, the West Indies one-day captain, Shea Hope, has been named the wicketkeeper for the first Test. Hope's inclusion as the keeper means there is no space for Tevin Imlak, who made his debut in Pakistan and had an outstanding first-class season. Meanwhile, John Campbell, Casey Carty, and Brandon King have also been included in the West Indies playing 11 for today. Carty is listed to bat at number 3. Brandon King will make his debut in Test cricket at number 4. The West Indies playing 11 for the match is Craig Brathwaite, John Campbell, Casey Carty, Brandon King, Ruston Chase, the captain, Shea Hope, Justin Greaves, Jomel Warrican, Alzari Joseph, Shama Joseph, and Jaden Seals. Cricket commentator Fazia Mohammed anticipates that the West Indies will struggle in the series.
What am I expecting? That the West Indies will struggle against an Australian team that is doubly determined after surrendering the World Test Championship miss last week to South Africa. And indeed, the only reason this is a 3-test series is because of what happened at the Gabba some 17 months ago with that fantastic performance from Shamar Joseph. So I think the Australians, if they need any motivation, and they never really do, wearing the baggy green, because there's always a tremendous amount of pride and history attached to that, I think they'll be coming extremely hard at the West Indies to more or less send a message that what happened in Brisbane in January of 2024 was a fluke, a spectacular one, but I think that's going to be the challenge for the West Indies, to be competitive against a very experienced Australian team that has question marks at the top of the order, but certainly their bowling attack is very, very strong, and it's going to be a real challenge for the West Indies top order to cope with that quality bowling. And that is the challenge in Test match cricket. You could have a good passage of play in a 50-over match, even more so in a T20 match, and you could change the course of that match decisively. In Test match cricket, one session or one good day doesn't really mean a lot. I think that there's a lot to be concerned about with the West Indies Test match team.
And that's the cricket commentator Fazia Mohammed. Meanwhile, Australia's captain Pat Cummins says the Australians won't be underestimating the West Indies and feels the Windies will still be dangerous, even if they won't have Kema Roach at their services.
Yeah, I mean, every time you see the West Indians play Test matches, Kema's been there for the last 15 years, so it's a little bit different not seeing him there. But I think, in some ways, not overly sure what to expect. Even a couple of years back when we played these guys in Australia, it's about half the squad weren't there. It's a new squad. So, like I said, I like that part of kind of Test cricket. You got a problem to solve really quickly when you're out there. But yeah, they got some class fast bowlers. Obviously, new captain as well. So yeah, you don't always know what to expect. Oh, I mean, yeah, we'll wait and see. That was a great series a couple of years ago. Weren't quite up to scratch to that Gabba Test, and a couple of the West Indian guys, particularly Shamar, had a day out. So it's I'm sure the batter's been talking about how to manage him and counter that. But we'll wait and see. Again, it's a new cycle, so we're really keen to get off to a good start and kind of put ourselves at the top of that WTC.
And that's Australia's Test captain, Pat Cummins. Let's stay with cricket news. Cricket West Indies President Dr. Kishore Shallow says a united front is required to restore the West Indies to their glory days. The Cricket West Indies President made the remarks at the Cricket West Indies Weeper Awards ceremony on the weekend. Dr. Shallow says West Indies cricket over the years failed to adapt to the changing environment in world cricket.
The challenges we face today in global cricket are enormous. The challenges we face today in West Indies cricket are equally daunting. But they also did not come overnight. And had we heeded earlier to calls, might we be standing in a better place today? And that's a question we have to ask ourselves. So West, I'm sure you remember, demanding players, retainers in the 1980s. What was it that you saw then that others didn't? And Brian Lara realized the inevitable turning point in our cricket in 1995, suggesting in his recent book, Chronicles of England, that we failed to pay attention to the progress of the game and how cricket was evolving. Why couldn't we appreciate the warning then, even in 1995? West Indies cricket is on a turbulent ride. The path ahead demands clarity, courage, and collective action. It requires a united force. And so, maybe a good reset point to start now is to ask the question, what does West Indies cricket mean to us? What does it mean to you?
And that's the Cricket West Indies President, Dr. Kishore Shallow. Rivaldo Clark and Calon Bowen Tuckett got half centuries to lead the West Indies Academy to a win over the Sri Lanka emerging players in their second 50 overs match Tuesday in Antigua. The West Indies Academy batting first made 290 for 9 in their 50 overs. Rivaldo Clark got 74, Calon Bowen Tuckett made 50, Joel Andrew 45, and Teddy Bishop 34. Sri Lanka, they were bowled out for 271 in reply. Micah Mackenzie bagged 3 for 70. Nathan Edward took 2 for 48. Joshua Bishop 2 for 44. The West Indies Academy won the match by 19 runs. The West Indies women have made notable gains in the latest ICC women's rankings following their T20 series win against South Africa. Captain Hayley Matthews continues her upward trajectory as she earned a career-best 770 rating points in T20 batting and narrowed the gap on top-ranked Beth Mooney. Matthews was named player of the series for her all-round performance as she scored 147 runs and took 2 wickets in the series. Other ranking movers are the leg spinner Afi Fletcher, who jumped 3 spots to 12th in the T20 bowling rankings after claiming 5 wickets. The one-day bowling rankings also saw the West Indies off-spinner Karishma Ramarak move up 1 place to 25th in the world. Finally, this morning, Ben Duckett got a century as England completed a famous win over India in the first test at Leeds Tuesday. Chasing 371 to win, England hit 373 for 5, thanks in part to Duckett's 149 and Zach Crawley's 65. The two shared a 188-run stand for the first wicket to see England on their way. Joe Root got 53 not out and Jamie Smith 44 not out as England won by 5 wickets. The final scores: India 471 and 364, England 465 and 373 for 5. Ben Duckett, he was named player of the match. England's captain, Ben Stokes.
Awesome test match to be part of, going down to the last hour on day 5 and chasing a big total. Pretty special start to the series.
Let's talk about Ben Duckett today. What a great innings from him.
Unbelievable. You know, unless you're involved in it, the pressure of 4th innings, going out there, you know, is tough, and opening the batting's hard enough, especially in England. So, you know, that partnership that Zach and Ben, you know, got us off to was just incredible. I think, you know, what was 160, 170. So, you know, to get that on the board and none down in a pretty big run chase obviously set us up brilliantly. You know, those two complement each other so well. Obviously Ducky got, you know, the big score that obviously contributed towards us winning this game, but I thought the way that Zach was able to stay composed and stay in the moment and almost sense that, you know, Ducky was getting off to the flyer. So, you know, obviously Ducky's got a big score there, but that 60, 70 runs there from Zach as well was very, very important to this win.
And that's the England captain, Ben Stokes. That too is a look at the DBS morning news and sports. Melia Joseph Dennis, I suspect we mentioned this morning the Cassibrus family and friends reunion set for July the 10th to the 15th. The date for the Cassibrus family and friends reunion is actually set for the 11th to the 17th of August. They're having an event this week as they prepare for the reunion activities. And of course, that activity is a bar stop on Friday from 5 in the afternoon. We'll bring you a news update at 11 o'clock this morning, another major package at 1:15 on behalf of the news and sports departments, and our link person, Melia Joseph Dennis. Curtis Matthew saying good morning. Do have a great day today.
Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Just Mobank me. Here's my ID.
Just Mobank me. It's that easy.
The faster, easier way to bank.
NBD makes it easy to bank online, anywhere, at any time. With Mobanking, the faster, easier way to bank.
The faster, easier way.
So transfer funds on Mobanking.
The faster, easier way.
To pay your bills with Mobanking.
The faster, easier way.
So order checks on Mobanking.
The faster, easier
Pay employees
way.
on Mobanking.
The faster, easier way to bank.
Plus, you can now top up your phone on Mobanking.
Top me up.
No need for cash or card. Simply log into MoBanking to top up your phone. Visit nbdominica.com or follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more details.
The faster, easier way to bank.
NBD.
Your partner, your bank.
It is 26 minutes, moving up to 8 o'clock. It is time to bring you this morning's weather report through the kind contribution of Big Edge Financial and Flow. And on this note,